Hey there, it's Kat, and this is Brews and Reviews. So today I'm going to be giving you my TBR for the Biblio games. This iteration of the Biblio games, formerly known as the BookTube games, is centered on Sky High, that old film about superheroes that, let's be real, it was a better concept than the actual execution, but still very enjoyable to watch. Naturally, I have landed myself on Team Anti-Hero because I love a little bit of morally grey, so it seemed perfect, and that was the result I got in the quiz, and I was like, I'm sticking with it. So here we are. So my TBR is actually only going to consist of the 6 challenge books. Everything else I'm sort of going to pick at random, probably just going to see when the wind takes me. The first challenge is Homeroom, which is to read the group book, and as my group is anti-heroes, I'm going to be reading Arch Enemies, because I was on Team Derry for the BookTube games, so I already read Renegades, so good job I didn't continue with that series. To be honest, I'm not like massively looking forward to this one, because like Renegades was okay for me, and you know, maybe Arch Enemies will be better. I'm not really sure. I was kind of just in a very middling point. Like I'll see where it goes. I'm not like I don't want to read it, but I'm not like I need to read it now, so meh. The second challenge is Gym, and that is to read a book in a format that you don't usually read, and I'm going to use my Kindle because I rarely ever pick up an ebook, and I think I'm going to try and read The Foxhole Court because I wanted to read that last month and I didn't, so I'm going to read it this month. The Foxhole Court's by Nora Sakovic, and it is about a fictional game called Exy and a sports team which is more than slightly dysfunctional, and I'm kind of just in the mood for it, so I'm going to read it. Challenge number 3 is Lunch, and that is to read a book with a satisfying ending. And I am going to reread a book that I've been putting off all year because I didn't want to get to the end of it, because I remember really loving the end and just really loving the series, and I don't want it to end. So I'm going to read Darkest Mercy by Melissa Marr. This is the 5th and final book in the Wicked Lovely series, and yeah, I want to go back to it so I can keep reading more things written by her and just enjoying myself, even though I know sad things happen in this book. It definitely was a satisfying ending for me. I've only ever read this book once, so I really want to go back to it like 10 years after I read it the first time to see how I feel about it now. The final 3 challenges are anti-hero specific challenges, and I'm all for them. So this first one was a little bit difficult for me because I'm socially awkward, and asking people for this was difficult for me, but oh well. I asked on Twitter. So challenge number 4 is Alter Ego, and you have to get someone from a different team to pick a book for you. So I posted on Twitter asking for someone to help me, please. And Nicole from Who Picked This Books recommended a couple books, as did a couple of other people, and the only one that I actually owned from any of the ones that were recommended to me, there's a little bit of a funny story around it. So she told me to read Sabriel by Garth Nix, and I recently put this on my to give to a charity shop because I'm probably never going to read that book stack. So it was sat upstairs ready to go to a charity shop because I thought, nah, I'm never going to read that. No, why would I pick that up? Probably not gonna. I had it on my shelf for ages. And then, thanks Nicole. So I'm going to be reading this one because I thought, well, I own it. And I guess I've, like, you know, that's some sort of fate that I was going to give this away and I've been told to read it, so that's what I'm reading. Challenge number 5 is Moral Ambiguity, and that is a trashy YA book, and I'm going to continue the reread that I started a while ago, earlier in the year, and I'm going to read Eclipse by Stephanie Meyer, because this is the queen of all trashiness. Let's be real, it's utter tripe, but we all have a bit of a soft spot for Twilight if we ever read it as teens. And I do have a soft spot for it, and I know it's trash, but you know what? I'm going to continue rereading it, because I am. The 6th challenge is Witty Banter 101, and that is to read a book with comedy in it. So for this one I'm going to read a book that I keep putting on my TBR and keep not reading because, like, whatever reason, I think it's because I really enjoyed the first book in the series, and I just keep sort of going, oh, I need the right time to just sit down and read this one, and I just don't keep reading it, and I'm like, why am I not reading this? Anyway, the author just announced that there's going to be a third book in this series, and I'm like, right, no, definitely time to read this book. So what I'm going to be reading is Indisputably Doris by Charles Heathcote. Charlie is a fellow booktuber, and you should definitely check him out because the first book, Our Doris, was hilarious, and I just really can't wait to see what Doris is doing because she's utterly mad old lady, and I just really can't wait because the first one made me laugh so much. So I wanna read this one. Finally, I wanna read it. So everything else that I'm gonna be reading is pretty just random. I may try and read like more books that fulfill those challenges. You don't get more points for doing them. I just want to read, maybe go along a theme. We'll see how I feel. So Team Antihero, here I come. Gonna start doing some reading, which I'm obviously not doing right now because I'm filming this video, but you know. I'm really looking forward to this readathon. I had a great time with the BookTube games. So if you like this video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. If you've done your own TBR for the Biblio games, please let me know what you're gonna read as well. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye!